Now I'm going to share. All right. Okay. And so obviously I have had QT for a long time. So my stuff's already in, but I'll go through pretty quick with the first time it does take a little while. When you go to inventory here, I do everything also on my computer. Well, 99% of it on my computer. You can also get to it on your phone. Um, Okay, so under inventory, as soon as a new product comes out, when the first person imports their order, it automatically adds the product to InTouch. So, I learned that not actually too long ago. Um, Okay, so directors get early order privileges. They're here. Your new regular stuff, limited edition. It's kind of broken down exactly how the book would break it down. So the first time you're setting it up, you need to come in here and put how many of each item you want to keep on hand in this column. That's easiest done when you're first setting up your inventory. Limited edition stuff, I don't typically put a reorder on, but all the current line I do. So I want 3 value firm sets, 2 go sets, and then the extra stuff here. So the easiest thing to do is just go through your inventory, tell it how many you have, how many you want to keep on hand. So when you go to reorder, you know exactly how many you have. So once you're trying to figure out, say like you're trying to figure out if you have something on hand, you can remove the zero and the negative, and it'll only show you what's in on hand. You can click it to show discontinued products or not. Most of the time, I don't show the discontinued unless I'm specifically looking for an old product. And so once you do that the first time, um, manually, you don't have to do the rest. Okay. Any questions about that? Okay. So I just did an order. So you're going to go to your InTouch, open a different window. You're going to open ordering, and you're going to open order history. And I can see other people's history. You guys shouldn't be able to, or maybe your team you can see, but you're going to open up yours and see mine says yourself. And then I'm going to click right here where it says order number and let that open. Takes a few seconds, but it does it all for you. So this is everything I just ordered. Okay. So I'm gonna come up here. I'm gonna click this, copy it, go back to QT, and I'm gonna go to import order, and I'm gonna put that URL right here. And then it takes a second. And then once it does, it's gonna open up and update all your inventory. The one thing you have to be careful about is when Mary Kay changes something, the product number changes on it. So that is sometimes we'll catch because sometimes it's not obvious. So like when the Miracle Set changed, when a whole product line changes, that's kind of obvious. Just recently, someone went to order the bicellulose masks, and we're in March of 2025. And they were like, why does it say new? And someone called the company is literally they changed something on the packaging. So the part number on those changed. So it'll mess up your reorder inventory. So those kinds of things you have to be a little bit careful of. Okay, so it puts it here. You can either wait till you get it. I just always click receive it as soon as it's in. And then if I don't see it on my shelf, I know it should be on its way. You may prefer to do it a different way. That's what works for me. So once it's in here, it updates. I keep my section to inventory at 0. So you can come right here, click, because I don't need to know how many little mini makeup removers, because I just give those out. I don't really keep track of that. So um that goes on there. So for example, I have not looked up the Bayou cellulose. Let's just look that up. If you spell it wrong, it won't pull it up. Bio. Okay. So I have one. I don't see a new part number yet. So sometimes you just have to track that. It'll mess up your inventory. So, oh, you know what it was? The nourishing oil. I turned around to order it the other day. I didn't have any because I still had it under the don't fall under the old number. and not the new number. So I had to go remind myself to get that ordered. All right, so that is inventory. That's pretty much what I do with my inventory. Um, you can print it if you want to see everything you have. When I go to reorder, this is what I do. And then I figure this out. So they're getting rid of these cream to powder. So all of these numbers are going to be set to 0 because they're getting rid of it. So this shows the things that I didn't reorder that I'll need to get reordered. Okay. So it makes it easy when you're going to place an order because you know exactly what you need. So, um, as far as inventory, that's kind of at the end of the year, I'll print a tax report, which goes under reports. And then it shows you all your stuff and it keeps track of how much you imported. That's pretty much what I do with inventory. I like right here on the left-hand side, it shows me so far this week I've sold $320. Last week I only sold 532. It shows you before and after discounts, which is newer. They just kind of added that. Last month, your total section 1 that you have on hand, it goes there. And if you keep track of your section 2, you can do calendar stuff. I don't. You can put your 6 most important things list on here. I don't. All of mine is still old school and I write all that out because I have to see it. If I don't see it, I don't do it. So, okay, as far as invoices go, you can create an invoice. I was telling someone I have all my stuff already set. A nice picture of yourself is great because I don't use the little receipts from the company unless I'm at a party. I do everything in here and I print it and it prints like this. So it has my picture. I don't print it in black and I mean in color. I just print it black and white, but it shows them all the things. Okay. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna create, let's see, I just did my Nan's. Let's play with her name. Okay. So I do keep track of their address in here, cell phone. I don't usually put email though, because I've noticed I would go to deliver stuff to people and their address wasn't readily available. So when I go put it on InTouch, I put it in here. Now, I've heard, probably from you, Candace, that you can import your customers from there one time. I've been putting mine in for so long. I've never done that. So I'm not familiar with that, but you can do it and import your people from InTouch to here. I don't know if once it's done once, you want to redo it every time, if it can read the same people. I don't know.
I think it's a one-time thing.
Okay.
I think I
So,
tried to add a new person and I couldn't figure it out.
okay. And then these people are very helpful. If you call, someone usually answers the phone and can talk you through it. Um, they like it's not like a big, huge company where you can't get in touch with someone. So you could always call and ask them. Um, you can automatically set the tax rate in all the settings um, for where you live. And so my Nan doesn't live here. She lives about an hour from me. So if I was mailing it from Mary Kay straight to her, I would unclick this, adjust inventory, and it will not take it out of my inventory. Okay. If I'm delivering it to them, you want it out your inventory. So if someone goes and places an order on your website, but you want your numbers to reflect in here so you can see what they ordered, that is helpful. That way they might not always go to your website to order it. So I do try to put those orders manually. I come put them in here just to have them. But you would click adjust inventory if it's being CDS or something. Okay, so she wanted the Ivory 3 endless. Well, I don't have any on hand because I already wrote out this receipt for her. I have it clicked where it's only on hand and current active products. Now, if you want discontinued products, when something goes away, you can click this. If I want to see stuff that I don't have on hand, you unclick that. So then it would come up. So right here, it shows you how many you have on hand, or you're supposed to have on hand, because every now and then you will have a missing item or whatnot. And so if you want to pull up a section 2 item, even though I don't track them, makeup remover. And let's see, I don't want this. I'm trying to say like I'm looking for the little bitty one, deluxe mini. whatever. If you need to go adjust the price, you can absolutely click right here and adjust the price. So like when I was doing the caboodles, these caboodles aren't in here, but I needed it to be on people's receipts. So I would just click right here and put this. And then you could put headband, you can put brushes. And then I would say, okay, if those all cost, let's see, 5, 10, then it will automatically add the amount for you. So you can literally click on one of these and it shows you. So you can put whatever you want there. And so if they want more than one, you can put 3 here and adjust everything. I've never really used this column or anything. Tax delivered, see how it shows all that. You can absolutely put as much or as little in those things as you want. And like I said, it probably does way more than I even understand. I just kind of use it for what is easiest and stuff for me. So if you're giving a discount, okay, so she spent more than $50. So let's say she's like, I want the Mint Bliss lotion as my 50% off item. I gotta unclick all the right things. Hold on. Okay, so Mint Bliss. Oh, here we go. And then half of that would be 6. So I would come down here and I would take the $6 and put it off right there. And it is gonna automatically adjust. Now if I do it here before the discount, because though it charges full tax. If you want to put shipping on here, you can added the shipping to it. If you're doing a percentage off, say that you run a sale and you want to do a percentage, it figures it out for you. I have it set where it figures out the tax before the discount because the discount comes off our end. You can do it obviously like however you want. If they pay in different ways, it's all down here. I kind of just don't really ever do anything with that. So if I did $6 and then I would put continue, confirm, and then I print it from here. And that's literally how I print it for them. Okay. No, I just made up that invoice. So all paid invoices, this is hers. I literally just had already done it. Nope, that's the real one. Hold on. This is the fake one. So once you delete it, it shows she's gonna have a credit. Or sometimes it'll show they have a credit. So you can just ignore that when you're checking out. So when I go to her, you can go to purchase history and see all the items that she's purchased and when. So what's cool about that is they're like, hey, when's the last time I ordered this or that? Hey, I need this foundation. I need my cleanser. Like you don't have to keep track of all that. This does that for you. Years ago, I used to have everybody's name alphabetized with their profile card, alphabetical order, by first name, and every receipt I would staple to that. And we had to file it and all the things. And then since I started this, I got rid of all that paperwork. So once I kind of use their profile card, put their order in, there's not a long paper trail that goes with it. And then it shows you what they bought, how much it cost. So when she started buying cream to powder in 2016, it was $18 and now it's 20. So she just did her stock up since they're getting rid of it. So, okay. I think that, oh, for under invoices, they have tax write-off invoices. So I keep track of all my demo products here. So as I need something, I just come here and I'll type it. And I'm almost out of primer. So it adjusts it to 50%. And it keeps track of that and takes out your invoice. I also have lost, stolen, damaged. So if something's expired, if something disappears. So for example, I went to check out after sun gels and I said I had some and I didn't. So if it like my inventory says I'm supposed to have it and I don't know what happened to it, I just put it on here. So like I had 6 missing makeup removers, which I'm sure was like a typo or something on my side. But I don't know what happened to them, so I put them under this. And you can change the type right here. So right now it's lost, stolen, whatever, but you can change it to personal use, etc. The only stuff I run under personal use is my foundations, and my powder. Everything else I pretty much run through my demo bag, just so my demo looks nicer, has the full one. So, like, say for example, when the makeup remover gets to about halfway, I take that and use that as my personal one and put a brand new one in my demo kit so it looks nicer. Like my clear proof toner is almost out, so I had the almost empty one in my bathroom, put the full one in my kit so that it looks nicer and it's full. Um, Especially like makeup remover because you can see it, micellar water, you can see it. Um, when you get to the bottom of some of your tubes, they just start to look ratty, in my opinion. So if it's my color, I'll take them out and put them aside. So, let me see. And their numbers right here, always easy to find them. Okay. The last big thing I do here is expenses. And really, I don't do expenses. My assistant does, but I know enough to show you guys. Okay, so we would come to expenses. We would put who the payee is. So it could be, let's say like I went to Target, UPS, whatever. And then you have categories. You can add your own categories as well. This is how I keep track of all my receipts. So what I do is during the month, we put all the receipts in a bag. And actually she started it because she did March as late because we were out of town at the beginning of the month. I mean February's. So what she does is she gets all the receipts and she has all the copies. So what she'll do is she'll lay out all the receipts, take a picture of them, and then she's going to tally them up and she's going to put the total amount on the front. Okay. So like that one was whatever. This one's 263. And then she staples them all together. I have one picture of it. Okay. Which I'm gonna end up with a lot more receipts than you guys will, but it's the easy way to keep track of it. We put it in an envelope that gets filed for a year, and then after that it can be tossed. So for example, advertising, bank charges, if you do a donation, communication, phone. So anything that falls under cell phone, she's gonna put all those receipts together, lay them all out, take one picture, tally them up, staple it, and then she's going to upload the picture. Okay. And then if there's a memo section, she can include that here. The expense date, I usually just go back to like the last date of February because they can look at the receipt if they really care. And then she puts the total amount here and then uploads the picture. So I have one picture for the 5 different communication phone receipts because they're all laid out in one picture. Thermal receipts go like the ink on them disintegrate after time. So the picture is what, if you ever got audited or you needed it, is where you come and it's helpful. So she's done mine. And so like you can come and click download. And then when you click on it, so that's the receipt for that one. And then this one is a bunch of them. So I can show you. Could you see that, Candace? That receipt? Oh, okay. Let me see. Can you see that?
No, I still see the screen.
Okay, hold on.
Just the QT screen.
Okay, stop that share. Oh, this one. And it's sideways, but you see how she just lays them out and adds them both together. So that way you don't have to have every single picture. So like this one is the phone ones. Yeah, this is a good one. Wait, oh, disappeared. Here it is. Share. And so you see 1, 2, 3, 4, adds it together, total here. So then all that is taken care of in one picture. Okay. And if you just have one, you just take a picture of one and you upload it, but you don't need to keep copies of all this. All right. So back to this. All right. So that's how all my receipts go. At the end of the year, I come here and you can do a whole tax year. So then or you can look it up by month. You can year-end report for 2024, show expenses. And this shows like every single receipt that I uploaded. And then I just bring this printout to my tax guy and I don't have to print every single solitary thing. Also like your PCP list goes under advertising. So like different things that you put out money to, like, if you buy an ad for something, PCP, that's that. MK Connections is how another, like the labels that go in your products and all those things, that's all advertising. So then charities, donations I did, communication. Food can be like at an event or something you buy for someone else. So like if we have a group lunch or an event that we do, legal fees is what I paid for my taxes last year. This is most of my stuff comes under office expenses, virtual assistants that I have or I pay for, stamps, postage, shipping, products. Most of my products come from Mary Kay. Every now and then, some other reason I order from somewhere else. Professional services, seminars is going to be any events that you pay for, that you go to, that you do, and the travel and stuff goes under travel. Software, I guess I bought like phone stuff that she put there, and virtual help and assistance. And then the total at the end of the year. And so I print this and give this to my tax guy. And then if he has any questions, and he's like, hey, what happened in March? Because you spent, 4 times more than you did for any other month. And I can go and pull this all up and look. There's all kind of different reports you can do. That's kind of the easiest, most important ones for me. And then, like I said, you can look under, they do other stuff too. This is pretty much just, I feel like everything else kind of gets done under In Touch. So that's the gist of what I use QT for. And then you can always refer someone and then you get a free month as well. There's also their own tutorials. And like I said, there's probably way more things that they do that I'm not familiar with. So do you have any questions?
Mm-mm. No, ma'am.
Yay. All right. Well, I'll holler if you do. Hold on a second.